This is Aaron Jones, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers.
Let go. Defense, boy.
Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. Third down here.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
He's going to line up in there and out.
Oh, come on.
Have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Ah, boy.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. Leverage, hurt their spot, and stacked him up.
Rodgers throwing complete to Valdez Scantling. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open just a little underneath the line, just trying to clear up some space. And it worked all the way. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
10 more there and another first down.
What a waste of time.
There you go.
He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Bills 0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. For a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 79 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet.
Oh!
The last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
What?
Complete downfield on the left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 27 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
First down carry by Jones. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
His throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, this is like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence and let them knock it through.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them a touchdown their last go-around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking you don't go right because that worked. You're prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Singletary. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And he finds time warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Allen now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Flush to his right. They'll try and run it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line. In pregame, get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
That nigga did not block nobody.
Down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
incomplete. It's 4th down.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Bass is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Lazard, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Final shot before half for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Micah Hyde. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got it. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have broken the tie. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Bass on for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10.
That's the score. Bills 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing deep break because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here. They start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. Making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away.
Can this offense step up and make that? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting in the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Now it's Walker. This is Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. Touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard, 42 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Crosby with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And this carries into the end zone, and Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Can you hear me?
What you doing?
I'm doing that.
Buffalo offense ready
I
to go for their next
can.
drive.
You
And
is
their lead has
can't
evaporated.
drive
in
it.
this
Oh, you trying to
third
reach?
quarter. It's tied
I
once
want
more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And
Who?
he was hit as he threw it there, and it
Somebody else
forces it
behind.
incomplete.
Can't drive.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had left the house maybe like 1:10 because I had to swing by and pick up her
3rd quarter, all
workbook.
tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
And I get up to the school, it's like 5 cars in the parking lot, 5 6 cars.
To throw
So
again. Allen.
nobody comes to the door. I'm driving around, to both entrances. And, nobody, I don't see anybody. I pull up the
Gain
door.
of 20 and a 1st down.
Third down at the 45-yard line.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Singletary again, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Let's go!
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and the Bills will move the chains.
At the 44-yard line.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 28-yard line.
And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 8. They will run with Singletary. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The kickball pass is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. The play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Packers.
On the delay, Jones. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That's a gain of 17 yards.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll go again to Jones. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Packers 24, Bills 20. Mason Crosby, the kickoff for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they'll work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Left side caught by Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Allen. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
People watching this one right here who gave up, because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And he's got it up and through.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
For Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Incomplete. Tre'Davious White on the coverage.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Yeah, Trav.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up? Did you go? You went on that tour yesterday?
Today? No. He called me not too long ago. I guess he must be ready. I don't know. I talked to him though.
I talked to him in the morning. He called me in the morning. Somebody he think he gonna do something at a Super Bowl at the house Sunday.
Yeah, he told me. Yeah.
But tour gonna be up there at the damn Super Bowl. Motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I know, right? Man, that motherfucker told me he sent you that picture. Something wrong with that boy.
What do you do for that?
You told me something. I did my goal. This always been my goal right here, man. But he said this it though. This is all I'm doing. He told me some